The forest smelled of rain and rot. Sweet decay mingling with pine needles crushed beneath my boots as I walked deeper into territory I had no business entering. My breath formed small clouds in the October air, and somewhere in the distance, a branch snapped. I froze, every instinct screaming that I was being watched, that crossing into these woods had been the mistake everyone in town warned me about. But the wolf needed me. I'd found him 3 days ago, collapsed near the creek that bordered my grandmother's property, the land I'd inherited 6 months prior, along with her debts, her silence, and a cabin that creaked with loneliness. He was massive, silver-furred and trembling, his amber eyes glazed with pain and something else, recognition, maybe, or resignation. The townspeople spoke of the pack in whispers, their warnings wrapped in folklore and fear. Don't go into the northern woods after dusk. Don't follow the howling. Don't make eye contact if you see them in their other form. But they never explained what the pack truly was, only that they'd been here longer than the town itself, and that certain boundaries were meant to remain uncrossed. I wasn't brave. I want to be clear about that. I was simply exhausted by invisibility, by years of being the girl no one noticed, the woman no one chose. My pale blonde hair, which my mother once said looked like winter sunlight, had become just another unremarkable feature in a life full of them. I'd returned to this isolated corner of the world because I had nowhere else to go, no one waiting for me in the city I fled, no purpose beyond survival. The wolf changed that. I don't know what possessed me to approach him that first time. Perhaps it was the way he looked at me, not with the predatory hunger I expected, but with an exhaustion that mirrored my own. I'd knelt beside him, my hands shaking, and whispered the only thing I could think of. An old lullaby my grandmother used to hum while tending her garden, a melody without words that seemed to rise from some ancient place inside me. His breathing had steadied, the wildness in his eyes had softened. And then he'd vanished into the underbrush, leaving only silver fur caught on thorns, and the feeling that I'd crossed a threshold I could never return from. Now I was tracking him again, following the trail of disturbed earth and broken branches, my medical kit slung over my shoulder. I'd been a veterinary student before my life fell apart, before the anxiety attacks made it impossible to finish, before my ex-boyfriend's cruelty convinced me I was too weak for my real purpose. But I knew enough to recognize that the wolf was dying, infection, poison, or something worse. I couldn't tell without examining him properly. The clearing appeared suddenly, a circle of ancient oaks surrounding a space where the afternoon light fell in dusty columns, and there, in the center, lay the wolf. But he wasn't alone. 7 figures stood around him in a loose circle, men and women dressed in dark, practical clothing, their postures radiating the kind of authority that comes from being apex predators. They were beautiful in a way that felt dangerous, all sharp cheekbones and intense eyes, their attention fixed on the dying wolf with an intensity that made my chest tighten. I should have run. Every rational thought told me to turn and disappear before they noticed me. Instead, I stepped forward, leaves crunching beneath my feet. Every head turned toward me in perfect unison, and the temperature in the clearing seemed to drop 10 degrees. The woman closest to me, tall, with dark hair pulled back severely, bared her teeth in what was definitely not a smile. "Human," she said, the word dripping with contempt. "You've made a fatal mistake. He's dying." I heard myself say, my voice steadier than I felt. I gestured toward the wolf, whose breathing had become labored, rattling. "I can help." A man laughed, the sound harsh and humorless. "You? A fragile human thinks she can save what we cannot?" But another voice cut through the tension, deep, commanding, carrying an authority that made everyone else fall silent. "Let her try." He emerged from the shadows at the clearing's edge, and my breath caught. Tall and broad-shouldered, with hair so dark it seemed to absorb light. He moved with a predator's grace, but it was his eyes that held me, storm gray and ancient, filled with a grief so profound it felt like staring into an abyss. This was a man who'd seen too much, lost too much, and who wore his power like a second skin. The others shifted uneasily, clearly wanting to protest but not daring to. "Rowan leads us," he continued, his gaze never leaving mine. "He's been poisoned by silver, a hunter's trap laced with wolfsbane. We have minutes, not hours. If you truly believe you can help, then do it now. But know this, if he dies while you're touching him, you die with him. is our law. The threat hung in the air, sharp as a blade. I could feel my pulse hammering in my throat, could taste copper fear on my tongue. This was insanity. I should apologize, back away, run until my lungs burned. But I thought of the wolf's eyes, Rowan's eyes, and how they'd looked at me with something other than dismissal. How for one brief moment by the creek I'd felt seen. I knelt beside him, my hands already reaching for my kit. And I'd better not let him die. His fur was hot beneath my fingers, fever burning through him. Up close, I could see the wound, a deep gash along his shoulder, the flesh around it blackened and oozing, silver poisoning and wolfsbane. A combination designed to kill efficiently. My grandmother had kept books on medicinal herbs, volumes I'd pored over during sleepless nights in her cabin. Wolfsbane's toxin could be counteracted, but it required precise timing and a steady hand. I worked quickly, cleaning the wound with purified water, applying a poultice of activated charcoal and milk thistle, anything to draw out the poison. The pack watched in tense silence, and I could feel their skepticism, their barely restrained hostility. I was an intruder, a weak human touching their leader while he lay helpless. But as I worked, something strange happened. The melody from before rose unbidden in my throat, that wordless lullaby, ancient and aching. I hummed it softly, my hands moving in rhythm with the tune. And I felt rather than saw Rowan's body relax beneath my touch. His breathing deepened, the frantic racing of his heart slowing to something more sustainable. Around me, the pack had gone utterly still. What is she doing? Someone whispered. Awe radiating from their voice. The dark-haired man, the one who'd given me permission, stepped closer, and I felt his presence like heat against my back. Keep singing. I commanded quietly. Don't stop. So I didn't. I sang while I stitched the wound closed with careful sutures, sang while I wrapped it in clean bandages, sang until my voice grew hoarse and my hands trembled with exhaustion. And slowly, impossibly, color began returning to Rowan's fur. The deathly pallor receded, replaced by the shimmer of healthy silver. His eyes opened, fully amber now, clear and aware. He looked directly at me, and something passed between us, understanding, gratitude. A question I couldn't yet answer. Then his form began to shimmer and shift, bones restructuring, fur receding, and I scrambled backward as a man emerged where the wolf had been, middle-aged, with silver-streaked hair and laugh lines around his eyes, despite the pain still etched across his features. He was naked, vulnerable, and completely unashamed as he looked at me. You have the old gift, he said, his voice rough as gravel, the song of the ancient ones. We thought it lost. Before I could ask what he meant, the dark-haired leader spoke again, and this time his voice carried layers I couldn't fully interpret. It seems, he said slowly, that we have severely underestimated you. He moved around to face me fully, and I finally saw him clearly. Sharp features, a scar cutting through his left eyebrow, and those gray eyes that seemed to see straight through every defense I'd ever built. I am Callum, Alpha of the Silver Pine Pack, and you, it seems, are the answer to a question we've been asking for a very long time. He extended his hand toward me, not in greeting, but in something that felt more like a challenge. Like he was testing whether I'd take it, whether I was brave enough or foolish enough to bind myself further to whatever this was. I stared at his hand, my heart pounding so hard I thought everyone must hear it. My fingers were still stained with Rowan's blood, my clothes damp with sweat despite the cold. Every rational part of me screamed to refuse, to walk away, to preserve what little safety I still possessed. But I'd spent so long being invisible, being the person who didn't matter. And here, in this clearing surrounded by impossible beings, someone was finally looking at me like I was essential. I placed my trembling hand in his, and his fingers closed around mine, warm, calloused, achingly gentle despite the strength I could feel thrumming beneath his skin. I'm Evelyn, I whispered. And I have no idea what I just did. His lips curved into something that wasn't quite a smile, but held a terrible beauty nonetheless. Then it's fortunate, Callum said, his thumb brushing across my knuckles in a gesture that sent electricity racing up my arm, that we have much to teach you. The clearing seemed to pulse with new energy, and I realized with dizzy certainty that my life had just irrevocably changed. The pack watched us with a mixture of wariness and curiosity. was Callum's gaze I couldn't escape, intense and searching, as though he were trying to read a story written on my soul. What had I gotten myself into? They brought me to their home as twilight bled across